So, we just saw 10 Cloverfield Lane.
which is the new, well, sort of sequel, I guess, sort of sequel to Cloverfield.
As J.J. Abrams put it, it's a blood relative of Cloverfield.
So,
And,
so what'd you guys think of Cloverfield Lane?
um, it's good.
Yep, really
It's,
good.
It's great. I could tell after the first minute after hearing the score, I could tell that this is like
Yeah, the score was pretty
really
good. But at first, I want to talk about the great advertising campaign. Though most people did not see this movie coming, like, or not, at least not that it was a Cloverfield related. That it was related to that it was related to Cloverfield or anything. I mean, there was little things, but I like that, and that it wasn't. The only problem I have with the and they didn't show a lot of the movie and stuff. It was cool, but the only, I guess, there's only one trailer. I mean, there was a Super Bowl one too, kind of,
yeah.
but there was only one trailer for this. Same thing with X-Men Origins, kind of doing that too, but I'm not going to get into that. But
We've only known about this movie for 2 months, and
I guess my only two problems with the advertising for this film, though, is definitely that, because the advertising does kind of spoil something, that there is something else in the film too besides just them being trapped, which that could be a problem because it could spoil, like, you're waiting for something to happen.
Right.
well, I guess
But also,
I guess they kind of wanted you to think that this was going to be more related to Cloverfield than it is by implying that there's like a monster behind that that house.
Yeah, but also another thing that could be a problem too is that if someone goes into this blind and then they see the way this movie ends, they're gonna be like, "What the heck did I just watch? It was this one movie one time, and now it's this other thing." But so at this, so there's a little, but other than that, yeah, the advertising was good. I liked it, though it's hard. I can't tell if I recommend seeing the trailer before seeing this movie or not, because it's kind of, the only thing I do recommend though is don't go into this like expecting something like Cloverfield, like, because this isn't a direct sequel. Like, there's no Cloverfield monster or anything. So
It's actually not like Cloverfield at all.
yeah,
It's not even found footage, which I don't know, if you're going to have it in like if you're gonna have it related at all, I think it should probably still have that same filming style.
I don't think so.
I mean, like
I don't think so. I think that's
I think it's just gonna it's Cloverfield is just gonna be the new term for sci-fi, cool sci-fi film that
Yeah.
people don't find out about until 2 months before it happens.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what happened with the first Cloverfield?
yeah, that
Yeah.
there was more than 2 months though, I think.
But it
yeah,
was
there
still
was,
like it wasn't like a year ahead of time, I don't think.
yeah.
But
And there are a few things that I think might kind of imply something to do with the original, like when the guy Emmett says that Howard, John Goodman's character, worked on satellites.
Yeah.
And you know how in that one section of Cloverfield that takes place at like was it like a carnival or something?
Yeah.
And you see like that splash, and many people think that was a satellite falling.
yeah, because that's what woke up the monster or whatever in the first one. Because
Yeah.
But so I guess we're not gonna have any spoilers. Maybe we should spoil, because there's something that happens at the end that's a little weird. Because most of this film is just Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's like this girl. I guess she left her relationship or whatever, and then she gets run off the road, and then she wakes up in this mysterious place with John Goodman, and it's just
I don't
like,
think the
And it is
yeah.
tense.
and
I
it's
don't think the marketing was too off.
Okay.
I mean, like,
I'm not saying it's off. We're done with that. But I didn't say it was off. It was fine. I'm just saying that there's little things about it that it's hard to recommend. And as she's kidnapped, there's also another guy there played by John Gallagher Jr. And then there's something off or something or whatever. But it's interesting film. It's a tense film. I liked it. But
Yeah.
sorry, you can continue.
I was just thinking, like, I mean, I didn't get from the trailers at all the impression that it was only going to have 15 or 20 minutes worth of bunker time. Like, most of everything was in the bunker, so I figured, it's gonna happen. The majority of the film is gonna happen in the bunker, so I don't really think I was misled. And
Yeah, I didn't say that I felt it was that it's gonna make you feel misleaded. I mean, some people might feel that way. I don't know, for some reason, but I'm just saying that that there's something more that you'll always be like. I'm just saying, because I don't know. I don't remember what I said, but the most thing that I don't know. But But yeah, I like this film. It was very tense. The acting was very good.
Yeah.
Though before about acting, I want to mention John Gallagher Jr. first because I'm afraid he's gonna. Most people are gonna mention John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead when they talk about this film, and
Yeah.
not him so much. I thought he was very good too, but I'm not saying that he's the best thing in the film. But I feel like I want to talk about it first mainly because it just feels like more people are going to be talking about the other two first. But I thought he was really good. What do you guys think of John Gallagher as the other guy, the guy with the cast?
He was really smart.
We're talking about him. What do you think of him?
I'm just.
Yeah, he was interesting. I liked him, though we didn't learn too much about him as much as the other characters. Though that was fine, I guess. But he was really, I guess he was kind of the comic relief in a way, not too much in a bad way, not too over the top. Also, I did want to mention a little bit about the humor. I liked the humor in this. There was some humor, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like very movie humor, like stuff. It feels very realistic humor, like stuff that would actually happen. But you want to say something about it? Or?
One moment that does kind of feel like movie humor, although it is pretty funny. It's when they're playing Taboo, I think it is.
Yeah.
And John Goodman picks up a card, and you don't really know if this is actually what's on the card or if he's like trying to make
you
them
mean the Santa
feel
Claus thing? You mean the Santa when he's like, I can see you or something? Yeah, that was.
I am always watching, and Emmett gets like really uneasy, like okay, I don't know what you're doing, but
she looked uneasy too.
She's like, it's Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't feel that was movie humor. I felt that because that was supposed to kind of make you, because that's what this film will make you. You'll feel comfortable for a while, like because John Goodman with him, you feel like he makes you feel uneasy at first, and you're just like, but then there's times you feel comfortable. It's like, ooh, this guy's kind of nice, and it's like, oh, he just did that. Nope, I don't like him.
Yeah, John Goodman is fantastic in this.
So is Mary Elizabeth too. Even though John Goodman I think is the best acting wise, I think Mary Elizabeth was my favorite thing in this. Just the character and her and all that I thought was great, especially because she's smart.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like the ending.
Don't talk about the ending.
I'm not gonna mention what happens in the ending, but let's just say she's very smart.
She's awesome. But yeah, she's especially because even like when I like the beginning of this when she's first captured, you have no idea what's going on. Like she doesn't just sit there and just wait for something to happen. Like she actually tries to find a way to survive. Like in a real situation, someone would do that. It wouldn't just go, oh no, I'm captured. I better just sit here for 5 minutes and do nothing. Like she actually does try to like find ways to either escape or get something to help her escape. Like she tries to get her cell phone at the beginning when she's chained up, and then she like tries to make a weapon and all that. That was kind of cool.
And it mentions in the beginning, or not in the beginning, it mentions in the trailer that, I mean, John Goodman says in the trailer, can't go outside, it's not safe.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, if you've seen the trailer, then which most people probably have, then you know that he's trying to keep him down there. And that's what I liked is I could not figure out, not until, like, the end of the movie, because obviously they have to reveal at the end of the movie what side it is, but I couldn't figure out until the very end if he was telling the truth or if he was lying, because half the time he sounded a little bit crazy and then the other half he was rational and he made sense, and it wasn't until the very end that you find out which side he's actually on.
Yeah, it really keeps you guessing through the whole thing. I was anxious through pretty much the whole thing to see what was going to happen next, and
especially this is from a first-time director. He did a very good job for his first-time film, though.
Yeah,
he did a fantastic job. I mean, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
91 last time I checked. But,
90. It went down to 90, then it's back to 91.
Yeah.
But
so J.J. Abrams and Drew Goddard, who Drew Goddard wrote the first Cloverfield.
Did Matt Reeves write the first one?
No, Matt Reeves directed it.
I thought he wrote it.
He might have also written it.
Damien Chazelle helped write the screenplay.
Because I don't think Matt Reeves directed.
Wasn't that the guy who directed Whiplash?
Oh no, I'm thinking. Matt Reeves did direct it. Never mind. I'm getting mixed up because he wrote Let the Right One In. He wrote and directed Let the Right One In, but I don't think Matt Reeves did not write Cloverfield. He just directed it. Sorry, I got mixed up.
Were they all involved in Super 8? Because when Super 8 came out, people thought that was going to be the next Cloverfield.
That was J.J. Abrams. He wrote and directed that one, and Steven Spielberg produced it. But
when did that one come out again?
2011.
When did Cloverfield come out?
2008.
Yeah.
So
Super 8 was pretty good though. I like the
2020 we might have our next really cool sci-fi J.J. Abrams movie.
Well,
I don't know. This project was actually in development hell for a while. We didn't know if it was going to be like another camera during the attack of the monster, like a different point of view through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the ideas, and eventually it just kind of evolved into this.
Yeah, I'm
and
glad.
And it's a good result, but I don't know. I guess I just don't really get why it needed the name Cloverfield in it.
See,
I wouldn't dwell on so much if it wasn't. Well, okay.
Yeah. I guess that's another thing I want to say is because it's called. I don't know if I mentioned this already about because it's called Cloverfield. I think I mentioned it a little bit, but don't go in this expecting like this is a direct sequel. Like waiting outside for them is the Cloverfield monster, and he's gonna eat her at the end or something. Like, or he's gonna eat them all or something.
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, because that was.
I thought she had like. I mean, I knew it was sci-fi because I could tell from the marketing and from the name it was gonna be sci-fi. I thought she was gonna have like superpowers because like I know this sounds crazy, but she like from what it sounded like she just broke up with her boyfriend, and then somewhere in the beginning it mentions that there was a blackout, and I thought okay, and then later on she gets really distressed when she realizes she can't call for help, and then there's another blackout, so I thought she had like emotional superpowers that can black out energy or something like that.
Well, I heard the blackout thing, I thought because there was a blackout in the first Cloverfield, wasn't there? That's what I thought was going on. But it was and I liked Bradley Cooper's cameo as her voice of her ex-boyfriend. Yeah. That was cool. I did not see that coming, especially because and I like that they didn't showcase that Bradley Cooper was in this too, because it's like what Kevin Spacey said when he's in Seven, that he didn't want his name on it because he knew people would be looking for him. Like I hate when they do that. Like The Hateful Eight came out and Channing Tatum's in it, and they mentioned him in the credits of the beginning of the film. And I'm like, oh, so the whole time of the movie I was looking for Channing Tatum. I was like, where's Tatum?
It was still a surprise. It was still a surprise when he showed up though. But
yeah,
it was. I knew somewhere he's got to be in there.
Yeah, but I like this film. I liked all the acting, and like Mary Elizabeth Winstead, John Goodman especially. He was the best actor of the bunch, and John Gallagher Jr. was also really good as the kind of I guess he was also kind of, besides that, he was also kind of the human side, because John Goodman was kind of creepy, and he was kind of the helper side of her, so she had someone else to talk to besides him, and he kind of helped her out or whatever, so that it wouldn't just be her in a nutcase or whatever. Well, that would still been, I think, would have been kind of an enjoyable movie, just her and John Goodman, too.
I think the third person really made it have.
I mean, it still helped. I'm just saying, I still thought maybe they could have made it a good movie if it was just them two, just her and John Goodman too. I'm just saying, but
I have to add, this is the best audio experience I've ever had since Interstellar.
Yeah,
I mean, it's. Like when John Goodman's gun goes off and you hear that really shrill noise, it's like that ear-piercing ringing, and as John Goodman's talking, it's like really faint. I felt like that was happening. Yeah, like I was partially deaf.
Oh yeah, same thing with, I love the when the
credits?
when the no, not the credits, when the thing shook, when the house shook, it actually the theater actually kind of shook with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't felt that since the Gallows trailer.
Yeah. That was...
And for a movie that mostly takes place in just one underground cabin, this is a pretty loud movie.
Yeah.
And that car crash at the beginning.
Yeah. I like the music in this, but I felt sometimes it was kind of unnecessary. Like they were having big occasional scores. Like nothing really that epic's happening here, guys.
Yeah. Like when she's climbing up to see those two rotting pigs. As she's climbing, it's almost kind of a whimsical music that you might hear in like E.T. or something.
Yeah. Well, because I kind of got that because before she sees the pigs, it's kind of like because she's going to look outside. So I guess I kind of understood that, and it was kind of
maybe
in a way. But no, it's just like even when like I understand she's scared of John Goodman, she's running away. But did the music really have to be so big and like like it could have just been the or something kind of tense more than just
I don't think it was that bad.
Or something. I don't know.
There were only like
I didn't think it was
3 or 4 songs in the whole
I know.
movie.
Like I said, I didn't think it was terrible. Not the songs. I'm talking about the music
scores.
was. The music. I'm talking about the score.
Yeah, that's
but I'm
what
not
I
saying
meant too.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm not saying like it was awful. I'm just saying it was a little off-putting, but it didn't ruin the movie for me overall.
Yeah.
Like it was fine, but I guess I want to kind of let's not spoil anything. But what do you guys think of the ending? You think it ruined the film, or do you think it was
I
fun
don't know
points?
yet. It's
Because I've
I
seen
mean,
this.
on the surface, it feels kind of out of place, but I don't know, really.
What do you think? So do you
I
like?
thought it was fine. Like there had to be some kind of, because if she just came up out of the bunker and saw someone, then she went like, oh, boyfriend, and then she goes back to her, that would have kind of been like, it'd been a good movie, but the turn they took made it,
Or she just drove home or something. But
yeah, that'd been anticlimactic.
well, I don't
mean,
know
the
about.
climax was good, but if she just drove home,
I still would have been fine with that maybe, but but I felt since this is the second time I've seen it. The first time I saw it, it did bug me a little bit. I wasn't sure what to think of it. I did feel because it was such a weird jump from what we were getting before that it just kind of bugged me when I first saw it. But now that I've seen it again, and you can kind of notice something. You're like, oh, okay, like noises. Like this time I noticed a lot whenever there was noises above her. I did kind of listen. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And there was other things. I'm pretty sure there's other things that I missed this because I'm still a little, not too much. I'm a bit better now, but I'm especially because I suspected it. I think it's something if you see it again, it's a little better because you suspect it this time. But when it's coming up, you're still just. When you first see it, because from the trailer, something is out there, something's gonna happen out there, but it's when it actually happened, you're just like, oh, when I first saw it, anyways. But when I second time since I kind of suspected it, it was a little better for me, anyways. Even when I was thinking about it, I'm like, it's probably gonna be better this time, and it's not so bad now that I'm actually watching it and really thinking about it. But
actually, after the very last moment of this movie, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a direct sequel to it, like not what this is to Cloverfield, but something more like Alien and Aliens. Like it starts off kind of slow suspense, and then shifts into like more of a visceral level.
Yeah. I thought about that, but I mean, this is mainly all about the bunker experience. Like that's the main.
Yeah.
Thing about the film, so I feel like a direct sequel would it would be like a
it would probably just be well, I'm not going to say what let's talk about it maybe after we give our ratings and everything. Maybe we'll talk about it more, we'll spoil it, we'll do a spoiler thingy or whatever.
Right. Well.
But I liked this film, especially because I didn't know, when I first saw it anyways, I didn't know where this film was going for the most part. Like, I never knew what was going to happen. Like, I didn't know if John Goodman was going to go crazy and kill them, or if maybe he was going to turn out to be okay and they all left together or something like that. Yeah. Like, even like some of my favorite scenes are when they were getting along too and having a good, like, when they're having fun, or like when they're building the puzzle. Because you've seen the trailer, about them. They just kind of show them building the puzzle and listening to music or whatever and having fun. Stuff was kind of cool too. Even along with the intense scenes, kind of worked because I felt it added a lot more to it. And I felt, like I said, it showed a lot of good John Goodman stuff too. They showed that he wasn't just completely crazy. He had some good qualities about him, like the Navy. And I liked his line. It's crazy is building the ark after the flood's already come. Like, it kind of makes sense because it's like, I mean, I guess I can understand someone building a doomsday shelter, but I still feel like if you're going to build one, you should probably do it in spades and not go, I need to build a shelter, protect myself or something. It's just like, but yeah, I like this film. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. One last nitpick I'll make is that during the car crash scene at the very beginning, it started to kind of feel like a teaser trailer. There was another guy in the theater who laughed at it.
Oh yeah.
Like during the car crash, as her car's rolling over, it cuts to silence while you see like Paramount Pictures Presents. Yeah. Cuts back to the car in association with Bad Robot. Silence again.
Like
back to the car. Yeah, it's just like that. The Gravity trailer.
What makes that robot so bad? It doesn't look so evil. It's just a little red robot with yellow eyes. Why is it a bad robot? Did it murder somebody off screen?
Maybe it's Wall-E's arch enemy because it's red.
But yeah, I liked one thing I did. I want to kind of bring up is kind of funny about this. Actually, wasn't in the movie, but like, there's a scene when you talked about the scene when John Goodman fires something. I'm not gonna say exactly what happens, but like, I love it. There's some guy reacts and he's like, "Oh!" It's like, "What the hell, guy?" It's just
Some
like,
guy, yeah, to our left was like hyperventilating.
Oh yeah.
freaking out, like, dude, calm down.
Yep.
I thought it was a girl, but
Well, I looked over and it was a dude. It was a guy, I think. But
Okay.
but so I guess let's grade this. I guess but especially okay. So
All right.
but I guess if I want to give a final, I'll give a final thought. Like I said, don't go into suspecting a direct sequel to Cloverfield or something like that. Just yeah. So good.
Yeah. So I actually gotta say, if you can only see one movie this weekend, see Zootopia. But if you see two, then this one's really good too.
Or Deadpool if it's still if you're into that thing.
Yeah.
Deadpool or Eddie the Eagle if you're into that too, because I like that movie and it's not doing so well, but.
So B+ for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can go. Actually, you go next, Cam.
I mean, I can't wait for the next Cloverfield anthology. I mean, I'm gonna know by then that it's gonna have something to do with well, I'm gonna expect a twist for sure next time. I expected a twist this time, but nonetheless, I still am really excited for the next Cloverfield because so far it's 2 and 2. So I give it an A.
Yeah.
All right.
But I definitely I did. Well, you said you didn't. I suspected a twist because of course the way the trailer was and the Super Bowl
Right.
trailer, dude. It kind of spoiled there was something else too. But other than that, yeah, I did. I liked this film too. I thought it was good. I thought the stuff inside the bunker was really intense. I really liked all the acting. Mary Elizabeth, John Goodman, and John Gallagher were all really good. But it's really good. I give it an A as well. I give it an A. So
Why does this seem to keep happening? Like ever since The Martian, I've noticed when it's a movie that we all like, I'm at a B+ and everyone else is an A.
you know,
I mean, I don't give A's lightly, but
well,
I mean, I haven't given an A out since
let's see, San Andreas.
you give San Andreas an A.
I did.
No, he gave it a
no,
B-.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a B. I give it like a C now.
You saw Man from U.N.C.L.E., right?
Yeah.
Was
I
it
didn't
you
give
that
that
gave it an A, or was it?
I did not give that an A.
Wait, it was Nick, wasn't it?
I gave it like a B or something.
Nick gave it an A+. John and I think both him and John gave it an A.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an A movie for a long time.
Yeah.
The last movie, like I know I gave Deadpool an A+, and I gave what is it? I think I gave like Eddie the Eagle an A.
Yeah. I gave Zootopia an A-. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if you didn't see it, we gave A and A's to Zootopia.
Yeah.
A. But
Yeah.
now that we finally talked about the movie, let's talk about let's talk about what we thought of the ending for reals. The spoiler doc of the ending.
Aliens.
There's aliens. Well, because I like how it was revealed too. Like she looks in the distance. There's like a helicopter.
Well,
She looks
that
like a
did not
helicopter.
look like a helicopter. It sounded like
No.
helicopters go. Rrr, rrr, rrr.
No, it did look like a helicopter. It did. If you really look at it, like if I saw this and I really looked at it, it did kind of look like a
I
helicopter.
looked at it
Yeah,
and I
kinda.
thought it's like I didn't even think. I thought originally when they were going overhead, I thought, hey, it could be helicopters. But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, there's no. It's like hovering like that. Just I know helicopters hover, but
I know, but I'm
there's
just
no I thought it was aliens, and then when she stood up on the thing for like 10 seconds staring at it, I'm like, get the hell down.
yeah, but then
And then it turns into signs for 30 seconds.
I didn't feel anyways, but then it kind of looks like a helicopter. Then it turns towards the camera, and then you see it's an alien spaceship. She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, God damn it!" There's something retarded or whatever. She's like, "Oh."
Actually, she lets the F-bomb loose there.
That's the second.
Well, no, that was after she
Right,
when she was looking at it, she was like, oh, of course. And then after she went,
she's like, "Come on," or something.
Yeah.
The
And
second,
then,
afterwards, she says the F-bomb, but after she already, but basically what happens is the alien, then it drops like a little mini alien. The only reason why, like you said, it was like Signs. The only thing that's different though is the aliens in Signs had hands with posable thumbs.
Yeah, these look like little mini armadillos or something.
Or like and it has an extending head thingy.
kind of like the
Alien?
Well, not because the alien is it's like a little mouth. That thing that came out was like kind of an extended head with like these little things that kind of pop out of it a little bit. But it doesn't
Well,
have.
when it went onto her mask, it looked like a mouth.
Yeah,
So.
but it didn't have. It was kind of like a dog thing. I guess that's what, because I guess these aliens are like hunters. I guess because it was, you know how a hunter would say, send a dog first. I guess that's what happened. It sent like the alien spaceship was like, it was like a monster. There's like this alien thing inside it, and it shoots like its dog out to kind of sniff around and find her, like a bloodhound.
Yeah.
And then it does. So the alien, then it tries to like smoke her out and does all this kind of stuff. But she finds a way, like, cause she's already wearing like a suit or whatever. Because she thought there was going to be fallout, so she made herself like a suit, and then she's like outside. Yeah. So she puts eventually she puts the hood on because eventually the ship comes for a second round. She puts the suit on, whatever. She gets in the truck, but then she gets in the truck, and then the alien takes away her mask,
yeah. And then she pulls a Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the alien like kind of grabs the truck she's in. But then it turns out
that was clutch thinking. There's no way I would be able to.
She like puts like a paper or something inside the top of a beer bottle.
Well, because
no,
it's
cocktail.
The Molotov cocktail was actually the beer she took from. It was actually the alcohol thing she took from her house at the beginning. Yeah. John Goodman had it in her car, so she took like a road map or whatever, put it in there, lit it, and then when the alien, because it's like a ship with like with a giant alien inside, and it's like yelling, it's going or something, and then
throws it in its mouth, and then
it takes a while because it keeps having this cycle where it goes. It's like opening and closing. This part of it. Like opening and closing, and then right when it opens, she goes, throws it right in there, and then it just goes right in, and then it blows up. And that was because she was great. Like especially every scene in this movie where she's a quick thinker. Like I would be in trouble, especially because they mentioned she's in fashion. Like I would not, since I'm not in fashion, I would not be able to know how to build a suit. I would be in trouble for sure. So she's a smart, but basically it's aliens, and there's no monster. There's like
because it's an alien. That's a monster.
No, I'm talking about the monster from the first movie. Was a monster. Because what I suspected at the end of this film was going to be she's going to get out, then the Cloverfield monster or whatever showed up. Because that's why I thought it was going to be called Clover, because maybe the monster was in it, and then it came in, then it like smushed her or whatever, or ate her or something. I thought that was maybe what was going to happen, or she's going to be chased by it, or maybe get away or not, or something like that.
Yeah, I already had seen from a review that it had nothing to do with Cloverfield. It was just, the Cloverfield is now like lingo for really cool sci-fi, thriller.
Yeah, but you mentioned how you didn't think this should have had the name Cloverfield. I actually felt that was fine because I'll look at Halloween 3, which has nothing to do with the first two, which are about Michael Myers. That's what you do with an anthology, like. You can still have that certain name or whatever to it. It's as long as it's still like a sci-fi or something like that. Because I still like the way this ended. And then of course there's the end where she gets and then she hears a message that says like go to Houston or something like that. She goes to Houston, and then that ends the movie. But it was. Yeah. I thought the ending was good, especially now that I've seen it the second time. I've kind of suspected it. I didn't feel it was as forced as it was, so I felt it worked a little better the second time I see it. But what would you think?
So if there isn't a direct sequel to this movie, I kind of think that the next movie should kind of be a movie that links the two movies together in some way.
Oh, and I also want to talk a little, since we're in the spoilers. I still remember when she's in the bunker, there's a part where she thinks she hears a car. Now that I've actually seen the movie again, of course, I notice now that it actually was the sound of the spaceship. The same sound the spaceship made because it passed by the house a couple times, and every time she's like, "Oh, I heard a car." It's like, nope, that's the spaceship lady. And then you even hear it one time, and then you hear helicopters or something like that. I guess they're trying to fight off the ship or whatever. And then, of course, I forgot to mention also when she goes to Houston, there's a scene you see lightning and you see an even bigger ship, too.
A few bigger ships.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I only saw one.
There were at least two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was interesting.
Yeah.
But it was definitely...
Okay.
But I guess we should get to the trailers now, because we have some new ones.
Yeah, I guess so. I think the only new one we have is Ghostbusters.
There's also Star Trek. We didn't talk about Star Trek yet.
We talked about Star Trek Beyond.
Which one?
Star Trek Beyond.
Star Trek's been out for a while.
No,
yeah.
Which movie did we talk about Beyond? Which was that? 13 Hours or something? You saw it?
It was 13 Hours, or actually, I think it might have been Force Awakens.
Yeah, I think it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I never saw it during Force Awakens. I saw Warcraft and a bunch of other stuff during Force Awakens.
I only saw one trailer during Star Wars because I saw it at Pacific Science Center, and the one trailer I saw was Star Trek. So
Oh, is that
Alright.
why? Because you guys saw it in IMAX, maybe? Because I saw it in regular theaters, so...
Oh yeah, we did see it in supposed IMAX because we saw it at Regal Issaquah,
I saw it.
which is only the size of the screen. It's not the actual IMAX experience
It's
there.
digital or whatever. It's
Yeah.
digital
That was
IMAX.
Okay, but we do
Star
have.
Wars was the first one I've ever seen at like a real IMAX.
Okay, so
Okay,
you've already talked about that one,
Yeah,
so...
but we did get the Ghostbusters trailer, and this movie actually has more dislikes on YouTube than likes.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I understand why people don't like this trailer because I've seen reviews of people who don't like it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that bad. So for me, it's definitely yes. Because, well, we have a new rating for trailers. We say yes, maybe, or no. Or if you think you can find a middle ground, you can go ahead.
It's Ghostbusters, so I'm gonna go anyway. So
Yeah.
So,
You know what? From what I've heard, this is a reboot, but from the way they put it at the beginning of the trailer, you'd
Yeah.
think that this is a sequel because it says 30 years ago, 4 scientists saved the city.
yeah.
So, and Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson are all going to have a part in it.
Yeah,
So,
cameos. Completely
might be
different
cameos,
characters.
but
But I know.
I don't know. The characters' names aren't listed on IMDb yet.
So what do you think of the... Do you think you like it or no? What do you give it?
I guess I like it. I mean, I haven't watched Ghostbusters 1 or 2 in a while, so I might need to watch those again to actually feel the wrath that everyone is feeling, or to appreciate it.
for me, it's the problem was like Ghostbusters is like kind of felt like this action movie with like good comedy mixed in. This looks like a comedy movie that happens to be about Ghostbusters. That's all Paul Feig has ever made is comedies, and so
Yeah.
that's how it looks like for most.
A lot of people complain about the ghosts and how they're very CG, but the thing is, actually, that's kind of interesting is they actually did use real people
I don't
as the
think it looks
ghosts.
that bad.
Yeah, because there's people complain there's too much CG or whatever, and that because they actually did reuse real people for the ghosts though. They actually use like
Like in
mocap or
Crimson
whatever.
Peak.
Yeah, they kind of use the real people. They didn't just like they didn't just like they're real people behind the ghost. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I think it looks good. I like it because Paul Feig so far hasn't let me down. Though I'm not the biggest fan of Bridesmaids, though, as much as everyone like when that came out, everyone wouldn't shut up about it. I liked it, but I didn't think it was like amazing as everyone thought it was. But I did like The Heat, though I didn't think it was amazing or anything. I did really enjoy Spy though. Spy was great, so
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward because of that. Though it's from what I've gathered, one of the things I did see about it was from actual thing that kind of did say they liked it, but they had problems with it. Was the Black Nerd Reviews or whatever? He reviewed it, the trailer, and he talked about how the first Ghostbusters movie was good mostly because they played it straight for the most part. Even though it was funny and it was a comedy, they played it straight and it was like real people, or they acted like real people. Then the second one, since everyone said the first one was so funny, they were obviously trying to add a lot of gags and stuff in the second one, and so this one is just straight up. And especially because that first movie came out, a lot of those actors actually weren't as well known as they were at the time or whatever. So maybe Bill Murray, but so it wasn't as. But a lot of these actresses, everyone already knows them from like SNL and stuff. So everyone's just gonna be like, oh, well, they're funny or whatever, and just kind of goofy or whatever. But he kind of went more in detail better than I can, I guess. But I think it looks fine. I give it a yes. What do you give it?
Maybe.
What do you give? Yes, maybe, no?
Yes. I mean, it's Ghostbusters, so even if it looked like crap, I'd still see it because it's Ghostbusters.
And especially a lot of people mention how it's not that funny. But the thing is about that, though, is what I always say about it. I think some of the funniest movies have had like the worst trailers. Like comedies have always shown like some of the lamest jokes, and then the movies that always show like, oh, that looks really funny. You go see it. Oh, they showed all the best jokes in the trailer.
That was the case with Monsters vs. Aliens, I remember.
Oh, I like that one. I actually felt there was actually a lot more jokes in the actual movie. Oh no! Oh, you felt the trailer didn't show a lot? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
the trailer looked like it sucked, and it turned out to be pretty funny.
I actually thought it looked all right. I didn't think it looked terrible, but I felt definitely. But yeah, a lot of people were like, "Man, that movie looks terrible." And everyone was coming out, and then I'm just like, but I was like, no, I think it could be a surprise. And I saw it, and I thought it was great. And I'm like no one's gonna see this because they didn't show all the jokes you want in the trailer. But then again, most movies that do that usually have shown the best jokes already. So shut up. Like 21 Jump Street was another one where when I saw the trailers, I was just like, nope, that looks bad. Then I saw it, I'm like, this is actually really funny.
I thought the
Okay,
trailer
well.
for 21 Jump Street was pretty good.
I thought it was, eh. I mean, if there were some good jokes like, how did I get stabbed? That's awesome! I thought that was funny. But most of it I felt was just kind of eh. But then also the part about drive it when Jonah Hill tried to like slide against the car and hit himself, that was kind of funny. But most of it was just kind of meh. But so I'm looking forward to this one, especially because I feel they're not showing the best jokes. I mean, the power of Patty compels you is great, and so is the scene with the wig. It's like, what is the wig too much or the hat? I love that scene too. But it just, I feel, wait for the movie because I'm pretty sure the best jokes are going to be in the film. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be like, I thought that trailer was bad, but you know what? That movie was amazing. Like. Same thing with, I remember a lot of people were surprised, like, I know you didn't like Kingsman, but I'm just saying most people were surprised Kingsman was going to be bad, but I actually really liked the trailers for that movie, and I got what I wanted, I guess, but that's sorry, I'm guessing. So what's on the plate for next week?
Next week is going to be a 2-day weekend, although maybe not a weekend because we got 3 movies coming. We got Allegiant, we've got a Midnight Special. I hope there will be a theater around playing that because it hasn't had a whole lot of advertising, so I'm guessing it's going to be kind of a limited release. And also the movie that we have to see, according to the fact that every movie up until like now has played the trailer, Miracles from Heaven.
I'm probably not going to see that one. I'm probably going to sit that one out.
All right. And actually, it actually comes out on Wednesday. We could go see it then.
But they did stop playing it a bit because they usually tend to stop playing a trailer for a certain movie.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 weeks before. Yeah,
because that way that if that movie will still be around, and then they'll have to cut the trailer or whatever, and it won't work or whatever. But yeah.
Okay, so Allegiant and Midnight Special probably Friday. Miracles from Heaven maybe Wednesday. I'm free on Wednesday.
I can't do Wednesday though. I have an afternoon class on Wednesday. I'll be busy.
Okay, maybe Saturday night then.
I probably not, but I'm not gonna make that one anyways. I don't want to see that movie.
Okay. Well,
the only Christian movie I kind of want to see is God's Not Dead 2. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that one too. But
well, not
for
looking
good
for
or for bad, but
I'm especially because I want to see Everybody Wants Some on that day instead of that. But
okay.
More than that. But I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just because it could be maybe a good time even if the movie's.
I'm actually kind of thinking of doing Everybody Wants Some on the Friday, that being April 1st, and then doing God's Not Dead 2 on April 2nd, so that when the movie prompts me to send all those texts saying God's Not Dead, they won't think that it's an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so that's all for right now, then?
I guess so.
Yeah.